From roaring engines to lightning-fast speeds, muscle cars have always been a symbol of power and performance. Each decade has brought a new wave of these speed demons, pushing the boundaries of what's possible on four wheels. Muscle cars, with their loud engines and bold designs, have always been about power, speed, and style. Over the years, different generations of these cars have pushed the limits of performance, giving us a thrilling ride through history. In this article, we're going to take a trip down memory lane, picking out the fastest muscle cars from each decade, from the 1960s all the way to today. Let's get started. 1967, Shelby GT 500. The 1960s were the golden era of muscle cars. This was the decade that saw the birth of some of the most iconic American performance cars. The 1967 Shelby GT 500 stands out as one of the fastest and most memorable. At the heart of the Shelby GT 500 was a 428 cubic inch V8 engine. This beast could churn out an impressive 355 horsepower, making it one of the fastest muscle cars of its time. With a top speed of around 140 miles per hour and a 0 to 60 miles per hour time of 7.3 seconds, the GT 500 made its mark as a powerful and fast machine. Not only was it quick, but the Shelby GT 500 also had an aggressive design with its wide body, racing stripes, and, of course, the famous Cobra badges. It's no wonder this car became a symbol of muscle car power and performance in the 1960s. 1970, Chevrolet Chevelle SS 454. The 1970s brought a new wave of muscle cars, but they had to adapt to stricter emissions regulations and rising insurance costs. Despite these challenges, manufacturers still produced some monsters, and the 1970 Chevrolet Chevelle SS 454 stands as the king of the decade. With a 454 cubic inch 5.8 engine that produced 450 horsepower, the Chevelle SS 454 was an absolute powerhouse. It could go from 0 to 60 miles per hour in just 6.1 seconds. The Chevelle SS wasn't just about power though. Its design was bold and muscular, featuring an aggressive front end and wide stance. Even though the 1970s saw a slight dip in muscle car performance due to external factors, the Chevelle SS 454 proved that big engines and fast speeds were still possible. It's a true classic in the muscle car world. 1987 Buick GNX. The 1980s were a time of change for muscle cars. With rising fuel prices and stricter emission standards, the heyday of the traditional muscle car was coming to an end. But Buick wasn't ready to let go of the muscle car dream just yet. Enter the 1987 Buick GNX, one of the fastest cars of the decade. Under the hood, the Buick GNX featured a turbocharged 3.8-liter V6 engine. This engine produced 276 horsepower, which doesn't sound like a lot by today's standards, but in the 1980s, it was revolutionary. Thanks to its turbocharger, the GNX could go from 0 to 60 miles per hour in just 4.7 seconds, making it the fastest muscle car of the time. What made the Buick GNX so special was its combination of luxury and performance. It was a muscle car, but it also offered a comfortable ride and a stylish interior. This made it the perfect blend of speed and sophistication, and it set the tone for future performance cars. 1993 Ford Mustang Cobra R. The 1990s marked a return to power for muscle cars. After years of dealing with environmental restrictions, manufacturers began to find ways to make cars faster without compromising too much on fuel efficiency. One of the standout performers of this decade was the 1993 Ford Mustang Cobra R. The 1993 Cobra R was a special edition of the Mustang, designed with performance in mind. It was equipped with a 5.0-liter V8 engine that produced 235 horsepower, a significant jump from the previous Mustang models. What made the Cobra R stand out, however, was its lightweight design and upgraded suspension, which made it one of the best-handling muscle cars of the 1990s. 2003 Dodge Viper SRT10. In the 2000s, the muscle car world went through a major transformation. Cars became more refined, with better handling, more advanced technology, and increased performance. One of the absolute fastest and most iconic muscle cars of this era was the 2003 Dodge Viper SRT-10. Under the hood, the 2003 Viper SRT-10 featured an 8.3-liter V10 engine that pumped 850 horsepower out a jaw-dropping 500 horsepower. This made the Viper one of the most powerful muscle cars of the time, with a 0 to 60 mph time of just 4.0 seconds and a top speed of around 190 mph. The Viper SRT-10 was the definition of American performance. The Viper wasn't just about speed, though. It had a distinctive design with sharp lines, a long hood, and aggressive proportions that screamed power. It was the kind of car that turned heads everywhere it went, and it's still remembered as one of the fastest muscle cars of the early 2000s. 2013 SRT Viper. The 2010s continued the trend of combining raw power with advanced technology. One of the most standout cars of this decade was the 2013 SRT Viper, which took the 2000 Viper and improved upon it in nearly every way. With an 8.4-liter V10 engine, the 2013 Viper pushed out 640 horsepower, making it one of the most powerful American cars ever built. The car could hit 60 mph in just 3.4 seconds and reach a top speed of 206 mph. It was not just fast, but it was also built for precision, thanks to its upgraded suspension and improved aerodynamics. While the 2013 Viper was one of the fastest cars of the 2010s, it also represented a perfect blend of old-school muscle car power and modern-day technology. This made it a favorite among enthusiasts and collectors alike, and it's a true icon in the world of muscle cars. 2021 Dodge Charger SRT Hellcat Red Eye. The 2020s have ushered in a new era of muscle cars, with manufacturers continuing to push the boundaries of performance. One car that stands out as the fastest muscle car of the current decade is the 2021 Dodge Charger SRT Hellcat Red Eye. Under the hood, the Charger SRT Hellcat Red Eye boasts a monstrous 6.2-liter supercharged V8 engine that produces a staggering 797 horsepower. With this kind of power, the Charger can rocket from 0 to 60 mph in just 3.6 seconds and hit a top speed of around 203 mph. This makes it not just fast, but also a true powerhouse in every sense of the word. The Charger SRT Hellcat Red Eye isn't just about power, though. It's also incredibly well designed, with sleek, aggressive lines, a bold front grille, and a menacing stance. Inside, it offers high-end materials and all the modern tech you could ask for. The Charger SRT Hellcat Red Eye represents the pinnacle of muscle car performance in the 2020s. And that wraps up our list of the fastest muscle cars from each decade. From the roaring engines of the 60s to the cutting-edge speedsters of today, these cars have redefined performance and captured the hearts of gearheads everywhere. Which one of these legends gets your engine revving? Drop your favorite in the comments below, and if you enjoyed the ride, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell for more exciting car content. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll catch you in the next video.